Hello everybody, this is DashingWarrior here back with another video for you all. And today, instead of talking about these topics that don't really relate to the gameplay, I guess I'll talk about how I actually play and stuff and go into some details about that. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So generally speaking, I've created this way of play over the past 2 years because originally the way that I played was generally just run right in, hope for the best, basically. Just a pray and spray method, right? And that was created back when I was on Xbox 360, when at the time I was just playing Halo Reach and Halo 4's multiplayer. And when I went over to PlayStation 4, right, I couldn't really use that method anymore. I don't know what it was, but players on PlayStation 4 be different. I don't know what it is. Like, you guys be smoking crack on that platform. But yeah, I'm over here trying to do what I normally do, and it just doesn't work. So when I went over to PC, the current platform I'm playing on now, I'm thinking to myself, okay, if players are going to be smoking crack on these games 24/7, I just need to get good, right? I just need to get way better. So, this is the part where I explain sort of how I think about actually playing games on PC. So, I always have a warm up to my actual game sessions, right? And my games warm up sessions can usually range from an hour to 3 hours. Okay. In that time, I get warmed up, and I do a lot of different stuff during that period. I play Aim Booster, I play Aim Labs on Steam, and depending if I feel good about it, I either keep going longer or I say, okay, that's enough. I can go into the game. Sometimes I might just force myself to end my training session because, man, I tell you, I tell you, I can go literally all day. I think I once started at 1 p.m., ended at 12 o'clock at night, or I guess it would be morning technically, but yeah, 12 midnight, right? So, with that in mind, along with my actual practice, there's a sort of mindset that I have when I'm actually playing the games. And that mindset is I'm going to just worry about me because I don't know what these players are on, because they can either be smoking crack or they could be taking some LSD and they can't even focus to land any shots. Like, I be having games sometimes where the player on my team gets 0 kills, my dude. I don't know how that's possible. Like, you would think once out of all the times they die, they actually clean up someone else's kill, but apparently they can't even do that. So, I don't know what my teammates be on sometimes, but yeah, I just don't worry about my teammates. If they do good, great. If they don't, okay, that's something. But yeah, I just worry about myself and play to my strengths. And going even more in depth, right? When I'm actually going to fire my gun in game, I usually focus on my crosshair, and what that does is it allows me to pinpoint if my crosshair is actually on the enemy player. Because you already know, right? There'll be times when people are playing games and they ask themselves, how does that not hit? Well, sometimes the reason why it doesn't hit is because you actually just wasn't hitting them, you know? And generally speaking, I haven't really felt that that's ever been a reason when I play because I'm always super focused in on my crosshair to get it on the person's head, body, whatever. And generally speaking, I feel like I become more consistent. And so with that, I also try to make sure that my KD is always going positive. Not in the sense of that's the measure of player skill, right? Because there's a lot of different types of player skill. There's being skilled in the sense that you can execute a plan around your teammates, and sometimes that involves taking one for the team, right? You know, sometimes you just gotta push in and trust that your teammates are gonna make sure that no one tries to cross map you. And yeah, sometimes death is actually needed in order to get the win. But generally speaking, I like to just worry about myself because I'm not going pro. I'm not going into like these esports settings where I need to coordinate with my team at the exact time, at the exact position, with the sun blocking the team's vision. You know, I'm not doing all that. I'm just trying to get my items from my games and move on, right? On a side note, right? What's up with the grind for some of these items in these games? Like, it's be insane. Like, let me kill 300,000 enemies that have killed 300,000 times before, you know, to get X shotgun. Like I can't, my dude. It's the most boring, just the worst. I tell you, I can't be asked with some of these tasks they give you. Like, man. And then on top of it, it's part of like the new season or whatever. Like, get out of here. That's the content for this season. I can't be asked. Anyways, back to how I play. So I'll just move on to sort of what I actually practice during my training session. I practice making my mouse go in a straight line to the target. I also practice tracking because, man, I tell you, tracking is actually pretty difficult on mouse. And the main reason for that is because I don't have the smooth movement of, say, just holding my joystick in a specific position, right? So that's one thing that is actually somehow harder on PC. I also practice my movement. Another thing that's actually a little bit more difficult on just keyboard and mouse. I mean, like, come on, you with with the joystick on a controller, you get very smooth movement, which I wish that they would actually come up with a way of having an actual joystick on PC for your keyboard. But yeah, I practice that. I come up with a couple different movements, so I can sort of emulate what I do on Warframe back when I used to play that. Now, of course, there's a lot of stuff that you can't actually practice in, say, Aim Booster or Aim Labs, and that's understanding how to actually take corners. So I had to actually look that up, and apparently, the what they call it is slicing the pie and stuff. It sounds super cringy, but hey, I'll take it. And I use that to not get caught off guard around corners for the most part. You know, another thing that you can't really practice in my aim trainers is the concept of shooting lanes. You just kind of have to see the opportunity where it presents itself, and take it. And being confident about the fact that you can actually make those shots within those shooting lanes. With all that being said, generally speaking, I'm still not 100% confident in my skill. There's sometimes where I just go negative all day, and then I'm just like, yo, I need to fix that. But I just don't know how. I mean, I guess I could get better at everything that I just said, but it's difficult, right? I mean, heck, that was sort of one of the reasons why I skipped a day and pushed this video out a little bit. But yeah, that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. And yeah, I'll see you guys then.